I'm in Payday 2, and I am at the bank of the game that I'm trying to make. Sorry, I'm really awkward when it comes to speaking to people that aren't actually in the same room as me. Hopefully you can hear me all right. Anyway, here we go. So, I am going to, probably should have done this first, pull up the picture that I sent you with the labeled rooms. Give me just a second. Sorry. Alright, where is it? There it is. Alright. Alright, so I'm at the front, the main entrance, and when I walk in, I will be in the customer waiting area. So you can see here, I'm right over the bottom middle section of the map that I sent you. I'm going to go, let's see, I guess I'll go counterclockwise. So let me go this way. So this is the waiting room. You can see that there's the teller room, which is this area right here. That's that weird room that's in the middle. So there's just this little area. It's got two doors, and this is where the tellers are. And then there's this little hallway behind with a door leading outside. Let's see. I'll get more into the furniture and stuff later on, but continuing right, this is the office area. This is that room that I had with the really weird configuration in the middle. That's all of these desks and this series of dividers. So you can see I've got those. Next is the manager's office. This is the manager's office. As you can see, let me turn this crap down. Hold on a second. Alrighty. Alright, so I'm in the manager's office, and you can see it's just a simple room. Next, I will go out this way. Now, this is the roof access, as it's labeled. So there's a door leading out this way into the parking lot. And then there's also a stairwell up this way. Now, this is the roof, and this is not going to be part of the map. There's no gameplay reason for having this, so it's just going to be cut. Otherwise, I'd have to double the size of the board. But I do plan on having this area right here open. So there will just simply be a, I guess, locked door here. But, well, and now this is the security room. I'll get into that later on, but there's that. Now, I'm going to skip the vault for now. This is where the vault is. But this room right here connects back to the waiting area. So this is the office supplies and access corridor. So it goes easily from this area to the waiting area. Okay, so that's the brief overview of the actual room. Now, let me get into some special, I guess, stuff. So, in the waiting area, there are two ATMs. These are always going to be there from heist to heist. I'd like to have those in somewhere. There's also, you can see these little icons right here showing that if you have a saw, like I do, you can open the ATMs. So that's there. the next thing I wanted to point out, so if you look at this cabinet right here, this cabinet right here, and this location right here where the vault door is, the game has a little bit of RNG in it to where sometimes the vault door will spawn right here and sometimes it'll spawn right here. If you remember back to my the board that I made, these areas are both green. I apologize for saying and so much. Like I said, I'm not very comfortable speaking. But the vault door will either spawn here or here. Now, that's why I have that section green, because I have a set of tiles that will either spawn the door here or spawn the door back there. So once a player gets up to this area, then this tile would flip over. In addition, there's this kind of, not even sure what to call this area, but like a little secondary vault door, I guess. And you'll see that there's a set of bars here. This is that 1x3 green section on the map I tried to make. So sometimes this gate is closed, sometimes it's completely open. And both sides, whether the door spawns here or the vault door spawns on the other side of this wall, that gated area will be there either way. So that's another tile that I have that once the doors open will be flipped over. Over here you can see there are safety deposit boxes. These safety deposit boxes are always in these locations, and on the board that I tried to make, they're just a really gross set of almost like a tiny grid. So that's something that I want to have, and I want to have like spots like here, something like this. You can do it however you want, but there should be some kind of arrow, and you'll see once again that there are icons for each of these. Obviously, I don't want a whole bunch of these for each one, so what I'm thinking is to kind of abstract things a little bit. Let's say this 3 by, what is it, 5? Yeah, 3 by 5 row of safety deposit boxes will be tied to one icon. And then again, these symbols, either you can add them or I will myself, but you can either pick the lock like I'm doing right now, or you can use the saw to open those boxes. So however long this is, these icons in each of those squares, and also over this way. And God, I hope this makes sense. Alright, now another thing that spawns depending on randomness, I guess, is the security room. So the security room in this particular map that I'm playing spawned right here. However, the security room can also spawn right here. So you'll see if I go outside, there's just this wall that doesn't seem to make any sense. Well, that's because there's another room behind here. So these are also green on the map that I made, because once again, these are tiles, and one of them will be flipped over and will be a sort of cleaning supplies, janitor's closet, something like that, and the other will be the actual security room. So let's see, is there anything else? Oh, yes. One of the other furniture fixtures I wanted to have in here was sometimes a safe spawns right here where I just shot, but I'll have a token for that as well. But let's see. Trying to think. Oh, okay, yes. So I mentioned before that the roof is not part of this game. So this stairwell right here that also leads up to the roof does not need to be a part of it. Otherwise, it's just a staircase leading up to nothing. And at least on the inside, there's like a door that you can close that locks off the rooftop. So that one makes sense, but you can't really put a door on the other side. Alright. Next thing I wanted to talk about was spawning. So I have some areas that enemies generally spawn from. You might be wondering why there's no enemies and I'm just walking around willy-nilly. That's because stealth is also an option in this game, but I'm not worried about that right now. So sometimes whenever you're doing a heist, there will be a bunch of police cars that'll show up right here, and they'll just simply enter from this building, or from this entrance. So some kind of spawn location right here. With the map that I have on the one that I made, I want to say that there's like 2 or 3 spaces away from the entrance, and that's totally fine. So like 3 empty spaces all around the building. So something like that. If I go back, I should probably go back to the front. Okay, give me just a second. So here's the front again. Another spawn location is outside of this area, so they can come in through this door right here and come in that way. So that's another spawn location. And so let's go ahead and say that there's a spawn location right here so that they can come down the stairs as well. Let's see. So there's that one, the one on the top of the roof. They also no, they won't spawn there. There's only certain enemies that spawn there. And right here as well, the spawn location right here. And the final locations are, as you see right here, there's little sunlights. Sunroof? What is that? Skylight? Skylight, there we go. So some kind of indicator beneath this one, and this one, and this one. So they can spawn pretty much anywhere. There are no spawn locations in here. Windows. Crap, I forgot about the windows. So one of the units that will spawn is a sniper, and the snipers will generally be up here, I believe. They'll also spawn in these windows. Now, these windows aren't actually part of the game, because otherwise the board would be way too huge. But maybe something like a little circle just somewhat off of the board to where the figures can be placed. I would like to have windows so that the snipers can actually, do their job. I'm out of ammo. Another sniper will also spawn up on top of this roof right here, so another spawn location here would be good. Let's see. I think there's some other snipers that spawn elsewhere. And if for any reason I need to do this all over again, let me know. I will be more than glad to do so. And hopefully I won't sound like such a stuttering maniac. I think that's all the snipers. I don't see any windows that don't look prefab. So yeah, that's mostly it. I can't think of anything else, but I think you get the general idea. And if you have any other questions, feel free to reach out to me. I know you mentioned that you have you generally use Discord. I personally don't use Discord. There's not any particular reason why. I have a Discord. I don't use it. I guess it's just one more thing that I would have to use, and I'm not a big social media person. Even though I do have things like Facebook and Twitter, but I don't generally use Discord. So I think that's all. Later on we can talk about adding cameras like this one, but I'm still trying to figure out how to incorporate stealth into this game. So for now I'm just gonna ignore that. But again, have any questions, let me know. And I will sign off here. Thank you so much again for being willing to help me out with this. I'm about at my wit's end trying to make this all myself, so I guess I will see you and talk to you here in a little bit. Alrighty, thank you.